Okay, well, hello everybody. It's your boy, False Prophet 115. And I just wanted to read you guys a piece of scripture out of Revelations. The beast that comes out of the sea for this drawing that I made. Then I saw a beast rising up out of the sea. It had 7 heads and 10 horns, with 10 crowns on its horns. And written on each head were names that blaspheme God. This beast looked like a leopard, but it had feet of a bear, and the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave the beast his own power and throne, and great authority. I saw that one of the heads of the beast seemed wounded beyond recovery, but the fatal wound was healed. The whole world marveled at this miracle and gave allegiance to the beast. They worshipped the dragon for giving the beast such power. They also worshipped the beast. Who is as great as the beast? They exclaimed. Who is able to fight against him? Then the beast was allowed to speak great blasphemies against God, and he was given authority to do whatever he wanted for 42 months. And he spoke terrible words of blasphemy against God, slandering his name and his dwelling, that is, those who dwell in heaven. And the beast was allowed to wage war against God's holy people and to conquer them. And he was given authority to rule over every tribe and people and language and nation. And all the people who belong to this world worship the beast. They are the ones whose names were not written in the book of life before the world was made, the book that belongs to the Lamb who was slaughtered. Anyone with ears to hear should listen and understand. Anyone who is destined for prison will be taken to prison. Anyone destined to die by the sword will die by the sword. This means that God's holy people must endure persecution patiently and remain faithful. Okay, now to recap, he has 7 heads, 10 horns, crowns on each of the horns. He has blasphemies against God on each head, mouth of a lion, body of a leopard, and feet of a bear. And so yeah. With all those qualities taken into account, I started with a large, wide shoulders, and then I was going to do like a skinny body in the middle. So it was pretty much just going to be like an hourglass. I then just use a giant circle to fit the heads in, and then I just draw a triangle for the waist, do some tubes, and then it's kind of like just this big stick figure that then you just put those like tubes and like shapes around, because you're not gonna like draw the whole thing right now. You gotta first like edge out what you're gonna do. Then I started drawing the really skinny waist and the rib cage. I wanted to show the rib cage in that to kind of sell it that it's really skinny, kind of like a leopard, like how leopards are really skinny. That's what I kind of took from that, and so that's what I went with. Then I just started to draw the broad shoulders, and I wanted to draw him have like really muscly arms, and so I thought that would look really cool. Then I started to draw the hands. I wanted it to be kind of like claws, just like a beast or an animal. Then I just repeat the process on the other side, and maybe like change up where the hand will be, because you don't really want it to be like symmetrical unless you're going to do that for maybe like a character bio, but usually you kind of want to have some variety in the posture. Then I started to just start drawing the 7 heads. And then later, I figured out, oh man, I gotta draw the 10 horns. So I started drawing that in the middle of each of them. Then for the 7th head, it was the one with a big wound in it. Then I started to just draw like the individual ribs just to sell at Betts' rib cage. I then drew a line in the shoulder, like maybe 2 or 3, because like there's like a line that goes through it, just to add some detail. I do the same thing with like the bicep, like I just draw a little line there, and just to add a little bit of detail. I do that throughout like even the tricep sometimes and the forearms, just like you'll see as I do it. But yep, like I think it just gives it more character and more just anatomy basically. Then I just repeat the process on the other side. Then I start to just draw like his rigid hips and stuff, and kind of just start putting some detail in like how skinny he is in the middle. start to just draw the thighs and just put some detail on the legs. Like I start drawing the calf and the kneecap, and then I go down to the feet. Then I just repeat the process on the other side, but like you can always just go draw it a little bit differently than the other, just to give it a little bit more variety and just not just plain, just, oh man, there's his other arm, it looks exactly the same. Like it usually just keeps the person engaged in your drawing. Then I started to draw his feet. Since it was bare feet, I just went with really like some generic like animal feet with some claws in them. Then for the fun part, I just started on the heads. I just drew kind of like a trapezoid for the mouth, or like a hexagon, and then I just did that for the 7 of them, and then I started to draw kind of like a teardrop sideways for the eyes. And then it's a good thing I almost forgot to draw the 10 horns, so I just started to draw them where the heads connect in the middle. Then I just drew like kind of like a generic nose, where it's kind of just like 3 bumps on the bottom, and then you just do 1 line on the side. And then you just, where the line goes is kind of, if it's looking to the side, you do it to the right. If he's not, I do it on the left usually. And then I just did slants on the eyes just to make them seem more angry, and then like a little line in the middle just to show where the eyebrows meet. Then I started to just draw some lines, kind of just to show a little bit of detail in the horns, just so they're not so bland. Then I drew some crowns. I did 3 points on them. Whenever I inked them, I just put some gaps in the middle just to make it seem like fire. Then to fill in the gaps, I started to draw some like gangly hair, just to fill in the gaps of where the spaces of the heads are and the horns. So now I'll just show you guys a time lapse of me inking it. Then I put a circle in the corner just to be a symbol for the sun, so when I can do the black areas. And so yeah, this is pretty much it, the beast that comes out of the sea. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day. Well, see ya.